and I have land for my cattle. I don't go grazing and killing people.
You say you were able to find all of this?
Yeah, we're able to discover all this.
From an interview?
From my interview, from my research, and from interview and asking questions from people.
The people in the settlement told you all of this?
Yeah, the people, they volunteered. They were, because majority of the people in the community are not actually Fulanis. You have the Hausas, you have other tribes from the north. And they volunteered all this information.
Okay, now you also say here that the Fulani herdsmen do not own cattle, which is interesting.
Yes, they don't hold
because
it.
if this, what we have also heard, I mean, quite a number of theories are out there as to why this crisis, is pervasive. Some say it's an economic crisis, that there's desertification in many parts of the northern region, and by that, the northern region, not just in Nigeria now, you also find that desertification problem in places like Mali, Niger,
Chad, in the Sahel region.
In the Sahel region.
Yes.
And then you find an influx of cattle, mostly not of Nigerian origin, coming into West Africa, seeking greener pastures, as the case might be. And as a result, they have more of this conflict. So if these people do not own cattle, why do you think they're in conflict with the farmers?
Yeah, at first glance, it appears this conflict is about grazing land. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's a complex mix of politics, identity, religion, terrorism, and criminality. And it's a cultural, religious conquest. It's a jihad. It's an economic conquest to sabotage the economy of the rest of Nigerians. It is criminality.
Why would any group want to sabotage the economic
the reason why they want to do that is because they want to conquer. Professor Wale Soyinka had actually said so. He said these people have declared war on Nigeria. They're killing Nigerians from everywhere. They are killing Nigerian policemen. That's a war against the state. They have kidnapped senators. They have kidnapped police commissioners. So what are we saying? This is criminality. This is a war against Nigeria.
But you allege that, certain security agencies or, people who are in security firms, security agencies are involved.
In the top echelon. And that's why we're worried when Mr. President, in violation of the third schedule of the Constitution, that says there must be proportional representation in all bureaucratic, economic, political posts, flooded the security apparatuses. 17 out of 19 security posts are headed by northerners, by Muslims, and for one segment of the country. Only two, the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Defense Staff and the Navy Commodore are the only two that are non-Muslims, non-northerners. I mean, that is northernization of Nigerian security outfit. And I'll give you an instance, what happened in Enugu, in Uzowane. The local community have been having running battle with these herdsmen. Now, the local community alerted the local government chairman that there's going to be a strike by the Fulani herdsmen. Immediately, he alerted the governor of the state. The governor summoned a security meeting of the state, which included the police, the army, and all the security agencies. They met and they marshaled out a plan that night, a detachment of the Nigerian police force should be stationed at that community to forestall any crisis. They went there, and by 4 a.m., they withdrew. 4 a.m., they withdrew. The Fulani herdsmen struck at 5 a.m. and caused mayhem. So the question is, which I asked the commissioner of police, I said, my father was a police officer. I lived in the barrack. So I asked him, is it right that a detachment of police will leave without another group taking over? He said no. Which means that somebody somewhere is giving command. And that is the situation in the country.
We've also heard, Professor, that there have been this, some would like to call it conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It would seem that the narrative that you're given seems to feed into this conspiracy theories
Yes.
as well. You know, you've talked about how this militia, we talked about 5 levels, and you talked about, you know, the people who actually herd cattle being the poorest and at the
They
very
cannot, I
bottom
mean,
of the
they
rung.
cannot afford
So
AK-47.
why do you think then, I mean, for instance, in the instance that you cite now, where you say that, you know, there was an impending crisis, why was there a crisis between, you know, how did the people know that there was going to be a crisis between herdsmen and themselves if there was no altercation between them and actual herdsmen?
Haven't you heard the Miyetti Allah guy, Boso, declaring on national dailies and TV, threatening the whole country that they were going to strike him in Benue State? And they are not apologetic about it.
Where do they fit in?
The Miyetti Allah, they are the owners of the cattle. That's it.
In your 5 levels,
Yes.
where do they fit in?
They are on the top rung. They are the owners of the cattle. They are rich men. They can afford to buy hectares of land and build ranches, just like their colleagues in Saudi Arabia, in Brazil. And after all, let me ask you this question. How many cattle do we even have in Nigeria that is to be causing this crisis? The last statistics released by the Food and Agricultural Organization said that Nigeria has just about 19 point something million cattle. That is number 14 in the world. India has over 300 million. Brazil has over 200 million. China has over 100 million. US has over 93 million. Nigeria comes fourth in Africa. Sudan, Tanzania, and Ethiopia have more cattle than Nigeria. But we don't have this level of crisis, which means that there is a conspiracy